Hello everyone, welcome again to another episode on My Lawyer Next Door. Today your host is me, V.T. Ramachandran from Ramachandran Law, and today our special guest is no other than Dil Chowdhury from the Dedicated Realtors team. Dil, tell us about yourself.
Hey guys, thank you first of all inviting me to this podcast. My name is Dil Chowdhury. I've been in the industry for 7 years. Prior to joining or doing real estate, I was doing banking for about 9 years with a few different FIs. Now, here's the thing. I'm from a Dedicated Realtors team from Remax Royal Properties. I am the founder, co-founder, if you will, of that team for last 3 years, I should say. And I have about 6 realtors, including me. We've been really focusing in Durham region. Really, that is our bread and butter, along with bits and pieces of GTA as well. But Durham region is where we actually breathe in, breathe out daily basis. So if you got to know anything about Durham region, connect with us. In terms of from my side, very well versatile. My team is very versatile as well. We have tons of languages. We have Tamil, Tagalog, which is I think from Philippine, Palestinian, which is Arabic. I myself speak Bengali. I have a few admins. They're Indians, so they speak Hindi. So we're a versatile team in a sense. And what better way to service your clients when you speak their language?
All right, Dil. So on part 2 of this series, what we're going to talk about first is, let's say a prospective client or customer calls the Dedicated Realtors team.
Yep.
What do you guys do before taking them on?
So, there are a lot of steps that we take normally speaking. First and foremost, we want to know where you're coming from. What's your referral base? So, the majority of our clients, it's referral base. Here's the thing. We have Instagram, we have LinkedIn, we got everything. We got clients hitting us from those angles too. But if they do so, we already know. But if somebody just calling us, we would like to know first and foremost the source. That way we know that it's coming from a source that we know the person as well. And we don't treat you any differently than you're coming from Instagram or social media or even you're coming from a referral source. It's just that we just want to know. Secondly, we will set up a meeting with you, whether it's a face-to-face or via Zoom. And we talk about sort of the holistic view of why you want to get into real estate. What is your motivation? Is it just you want to get because there's this panic buying happening or panic whatever happening because my friends bought it, I want to buy it? Is this the right time for you? Are you financially capable of handling that obligation that you're asking for? So those are the things we're going to ask. And then we want to really know and by no means, don't take me wrong here, I'm not a mortgage broker by any means, but because I worked in the banking industry for 9 years, I have done commercial, residential mortgages and all that. So I have really a versatile knowledge. So what we normally do is we ask them, send us your complete Equifax and TransUnion report. We don't want just your points. We want to see the full thing. We want to study you. Here's the thing. There are many times you will have people on their Equifax or TransUnion $100 collections from Metrolinx because they forgot to pay the Metro Pass or whatever it is. It happened, to be honest with you. Now banks, a lender becomes really, oh my God, why did you not pay? And especially with someone who's a newcomer or who just started their sort of credit history, millennium, someone who's on 25, 26, just got out from university and trying to get a condo. And you got this small collection, it will impact you to get a mortgage. Believe me on that. So we really research that. And if that is the case, we know which bank we're going to go to. Thirdly, we look at your income. We want to verify, because you could say, oh, I make $200,000. We want to know, really do you make over $200,000? Is that actually a consultant income or self-employed income? Is that your net income? So we want to really see your employment letter, your pay stubs, your NOAs if you're self-employed, your tax return, your whole 9 yards. We also want to see your bank statement to make sure that it is good. Those are the things my admin people would do first and foremost, gather those documents from you, and then we actually have a Zoom meeting or face-to-face meeting with you. We look at those. And then when they talk to us right away at that point, they know they're dealing with a realtor team that actually knows what is to do with in terms of finance part of it. Once we know, we introduce them to our bank partner. So we partner with every single bank. We probably give about a $50 to $100 million business to all those A lender banks. And when I say RBC, Scotia, all of those banks, CIBC, BMOs, we literally refer them to our banking partners. They look after the rest in terms of the debt ratio calculations and what have you. And then we get to hear back from them. Okay, based on this person will qualify for this. Here you go. After that, only after that, we take you out for showings.
You know what's a fresh breath there? It's like you actually do this. Like, that shows the professionalism component to it. Like, how many or how many agents would be so happy? So I got a call from a client. I'm gonna take him. Let's go to see this house. And that's I think that's what differentiates you and your team compared to Joe Schmo agent. There's 77,000 agents, right? Not everyone's going to be the same class.
No, they are not.
Right, and so it's like these are the things that experience. Like it shows your experience. It shows your dedication. It shows you that you care for the client.
Well, absolutely. The thing is, when you come to us, it is 120% success rate. We want to make sure we close your file. And number one is you want that key. We're going to give you that key. But what is the cost to getting that key? Are you ready for that key? Can you actually handle the financial burden? So those are the things, and we really tell you. In fact, there's one came last week, and we said, you're not ready. You need another 6 more months. He's like, nobody ever told me no, and you don't want my business. I said, my friend, I would love to have your business, but here's the thing. I will take your file when you're ready. Your file is not ready at this point because your credit is very thin. You just came to this country less than 2 years. You only have a credit card that has a $1,000 limit. It's going to be challenging for us to get because my mortgage person from the bank said it's going to be it. Right now, we need another 6 more months. We need to make sure that this has a 2 years credit history before we move on with the purchase. So those are the things that we normally do, and that is the reason why you and I, we've been working for the last few years. You saw, our grinding 24 hours, and we make sure our clients are never left in dark. They're always sort of communicated. They're in they're in decision making. They understand what they're getting into, and at the end, the happy smile is there because that's what we want to see, right?
I think we work with your team on Saturdays, Sundays, 11 a.m., 11 p.m., 2 a.m., and there'll be messages going back and forth. But it's so heartwarming because we're all on the same team. We all want this client to succeed, and we'll do whatever it has to do. Yeah. But it has to be the right client, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So I think that is a great segue into our next question. So I think you've already started alluding to this. It's like, when is it a bad time or a bad deal?
Well, in current market, at this point, everyone just really ghosted real estate in a sense. So all the buyers like, oh my God, I'm not buying at this point. And you really need to know what is your true motivation? What is your goal? Are you buying it because you want to live in it? Or are you buying it, you're investing in it? Even if you're a first-time buyer and you're trying to invest, you really need to know what is your goal. Like if you're going to live in it, it's a completely different case. If you're going to live in it, doesn't matter this V-shape going up and down. You're paying somebody else's mortgage. You're paying my mortgage, for example. I got a bunch of properties. So I'm glad to take your money. But I would like you to actually start building equity. So why bother paying me $3,000 a monthly basis rent when you can pay the exact same amount on a mortgage side and start building your equity? So if you are that person who is a first-time buyer just looking to get a place for yourself, it's considered a principal residence, I'll tell you, any time is a good time to buy, despite the current turbulence with the interest rate and market V-shape. Here's the next question that you ask is, what is a bad deal? So bad deals are, first of all, I'm going to go back and I'm not going to talk about realtors in a bad way. We got 77,000, like you said, over 77,000. How many of them are really making it happen? 5 to 10%, guys. 5 to 10% of us really making it happen. Everybody else is just nothing. They got a license because they feel like they can sell their house and they will save their commission. They don't know that they don't have the negotiation ability. They don't have the market expertise. They don't have the ability to even perform. When they're talking to me, I already know these agents are like part-time agents. They have no confidence, and I can probably get a property from them for $100,000 cheaper because they don't know how to negotiate. If you hired me, you probably would have sold it for a higher price because I breathe real estate in and out 24/7. And so those part-time realtors who are just licensed just because you want to sell your house and you want to save your commission, please do me a favor. Contact us. Contact the person who's 24 hours breathing in and out because you are costing yourself $100K on your own property. Now,
I love it. I love it. I love it. We're having this right before this count, and I'm like, part-time commitment equals part-time effort.
Yeah.
I'm so on board with you. Love it.
This is gonna be full-time breathing in, guys, to be honest with you. So now, but what is a bad deal? So like I just gave an example of the realtors who are not in the market, don't have the expertise, don't even know the areas, and they go and represent, let's say, XYZ buyer. Haven't done the surrounding comparables properly, looked at one comp and didn't even look at in depth what the square footage of the house, when was it built, how many bedrooms, 2-story, 3-story, backsplit, what is it? And they go and buy something else for the exact same price because somebody else sold it for that price. Haven't done the full research, and clients on the hook now. Now, when you go and appraise that property, now it looks like it's $200,000 lower than what the other property was sold. My friend, it is happening every day and it's going to happen more. So be cautious who you're hiring. And that is a bad deal because your realtor just really puts you in that situation. Now, the market itself, if you're an investor, I would say wait out a little bit more. Now, bad deal is also the realtor needs to really do their due diligence to make sure that is it indeed a residential property? Is it sitting in the commercial zoning, in the middle of the commercial zoning there's a property in, that is considered as a C2, C3, C4, C5. Can the lender approve this in this current market conditions? Did you buy that in Toronto? Did you buy that in Hamilton? Did you buy that in St. Catherine? It's not happening. C5, no lenders are willing to actually at this point even approve. So again, when I say this, and I say it in a very good way, you have to make sure that you ask this question, tough questions to your realtor in terms of what is the zoning of this property. It only costs, guys, $8. Your realtor needs to only spend $8 to find the exact zoning, when it was a bill, what's the square feet, and all that stuff. And that's all they have to spend. And that is the problem, the part-time realtors. My God, 5 properties I'm going to show my clients. They want to put an offer. I don't want to spend the $8. But you're costing somebody with a $600,000 to $800,000 property because you wanted to save that $50.
Yeah, no.
So that's what I mean by bad deal, because your realtor gone wrong. Now, area is also gone wrong because they have not done their due diligence. Timing wise, guys, if you were to look into buy something right now, there are certain deals, to be honest, because sellers are motivated to sell. They may have bought something pre-construction, they may have bought something in resale, and they have to sell because they got to close the other one. And you may be able to get something $200,000, even a $300,000 lower than what the price was literally 2 months ago. Now, I will say this, there's still a little bit more room because the interest rate is rising. So if you are a true investor, hold on to your cash. Don't itch it yet. Don't let that itch go to you. Wait. There's going to be a couple more interest rate hike, and I think we haven't seen the bottom yet.
Wonderful. All right, so that was a great segment. I'm going to throw a bonus question. It's actually not to do with the millennial audience as realtors.
Yeah.
I mean, as buyers. There's a lot of junior real estate agents out there who are with either bad brokerages, or bad team leaders, in a sense that they're not taught well. I want to do this segment, it's a little clip for them in the sense that, I hate to see talent wasted. I hate to say...
You see that they have potential.
Yeah. I see that they have the potential, but there was bad leadership, bad team or brokerages. What advice, if let's say do like a career thing, if they have to pick out a team, right, or a brokerage to join, what advice, because you were a young realtor once, what advice could you give them? You're the promised land for these guys, right? What could you give them? Or what piece of information could you give them to say, consider these things?
All right, guys, so here's the first and foremost, those who are trying to or have started year 2 in the mark of real estate and is still trying to figure out, is it really for you? First of all, ask yourself question, are you full time? Number 1, full time. What brokerages did you join? Did you join a discounted brokerage? Nothing against them. But are they giving you the training, the resources, the tools and resources that you need to really shine on a daily basis? Do you have a mentor that who you following on a weekly or monthly basis, having meetings? Do you have a broker of record who's actually educating you and meeting you on a once or every 2 weeks to really put you on that sort of a track? Do you have a business plan? Number 1. Have you even created a business plan? What are you looking at income-wise? Did you have a goal at the end of the day that I wanted to make 100,000 this year? These are my expenses, but how am I going to get to my 100,000? What's your prospects like? Do you have a database? Are you prospecting every day? When you go to gym, grocery shop, or when you're meeting, do you have a business cards with you to literally say, hey, how you doing? Right after your conversation, I'm a realtor. If you're ever looking for something, here you go. But now here's the thing. Don't make it an awkward conversation. Make it a pleasant conversation. If you don't know somebody, you just want to spit out a card, that's your call. You might be able to break that ice, and you might be better than me. But if I were you, I would build that sort of a conversation before I actually spit out my card. That's right. I would do those things. But number one, you gotta have a mentor, someone who's mentoring you, whether it's your broker of record or your team lead or your team that is you're associated with. A lot of these young realtors joining in, I'll just join this person because he's my family member, he's my family cousin. I'll join these brokers because they... Have you interviewed at least 3 to 5 brokerages to find out what sort of training program they're providing before you go with any of them? You may be paying $300 to $400 a monthly fee compared to the discounted brokers where there's none at all. You may be paying a higher split on your commission, let's say $20.80 or $15.85 instead of $5.95. Now here's the thing, you have to really get yourself up there. But if you don't have your foundation right from the get-go, and you're only looking at a commission income because of the split and this and that and monthly fees, you haven't really conquered that. If you don't conquer that, it comes off when you talk to your clients. When you talk to a veteran guy like me, I right away know, my friend, you're new. I right away know, even if you're in the market for 3 years, I right away know you're part-time breather. So you need to really find, to those, and I humbly say this, you don't need to join my team. Honestly speaking, I'm very happy where I am with my team. I have my team, as you met them, we have great chemistry, but you need to really find a team that actually shines for you, or broker of record, or a leader that you know, a mentor that can mentor you. I know at the end of the day, you still have to spit out all those dollars from your pocket. I get it. It's not easy. But wise man always says, invest in yourself first before you invest to others. So if you haven't invested yourself and to elevate yourself, then you can't ask for a result.
That was awesome. And I think we're going to... I think there's going to be a lot of people who could take a lot out of it, even if they don't say thank you to you immediately. I will say thank you on their behalf because I hate potential being wasted. I hate when some young agents will come to me. We deal with a lot of young agents. They'll be like, oh, I'm here because I get a great split. I'm like, learn first. Learn. And then when you have the volume, then shop around.
That's right.
So, thank you for that. So with that, guys, this is Dil Chowdhury from Dedicated Realtor Team. You could see why they are so successful because it just oozes out of him. But, I want to thank you from our channel, My Lawyer Next Door, and from a law firm, Ramachandran Law. We love working with you and your clients and your team and your partners because we have the same mission and goal, and we're all on the same team. And it's always fresh to work in that environment. So with that, thank you, everyone, and we'll see you guys on our next episode. Take care.
Thanks, guys.